Yeah, this is a story about Jade, a woman that I know. Used to work in London as a fittings model. Life's moving fast, I mean full throttle. Story so wild she could write a novel. Hopeless romantic, wishing for a fairy tale love. Somebody who's dark and handsome, about to travel around the world. We taking the quest, stay tuned to find out what Jade did next.
Oh, hi. Oh yeah, I am back, people. Round 3, let's go. Ding, ding, ding. Gotta be honest with you, I'm kind of feigning this excitement. I don't know if it's obvious. I'm actually meant to be on a date right now. Yep. But I got stood up, didn't I? Not better. Saying that through clenched teeth. Just a bit disappointed, let's be real. It's like, I don't know what, day 75,000 million in lockdown. It's Friday night. I even put a bit of eyeshadow in my eyebrow to fill it out, and he hasn't even got the nerve to pick up his phone. Well, Daryl, it's over. I mean, I've never met this man. It was a first date tonight, and we've only been chatting very minimally. So I wasn't that excited, but still, it would have been nice not to talk to me, myself, and I for a change. But never mind. Oh man, Daryl. Funny actually, like I am going through a phase of men that begin with the letter D. And they're awful names too. Like last week was Derek. Had a Don the week before that. And yeah, now Daryl. What is that about? Make of that what you will. There's a joke there about the D, the big D. But do you know what? I'm just too tired to even put it together. So just make up your own punchline. I have just noticed I've got this flesh on show. I am wearing shorts, but obviously they're riding up. Hence why I've got ye old faithful UGG dressing gown that we should all be familiar with if you've done your homework and listened to episode 1. So covering my knobbly knees, probably hairy knees actually. We are in lockdown, folks, so bring your expectations down. Anyway, where were we? If I'm not mistaken, last time we were slap bang in the middle of Burning Man. And when I say slap bang, what I mean is the second day. So the opposite of slap bang. So let's jump in. Chapter 3, which is called Tuesday Night in Black Rock City. What an imaginative name, Jade. Really pushed the boat out there, didn't you? But descriptive. Probably Google SEOs all over that. So maybe not so silly after all. All right, here we go. Simona, if you remember, my little blonde Italiana, my other friend Nick and I had biked across the opposite side of the Burning Man dial to visit Playa School. Word Street was there was a good party on there that eve. Several people in our camp. Serendipity, 2:45 a night, oi, which is the least Burning Man expression you could say. But if you look at my photos, you can see I was probably the least likely looking burner girl there with the flamingo hat on. So a few of the guys from the camp were also heading to this party. So we jumped on the bandwagon and off we went. Upon arrival, we scoped the scene, but couldn't see many faces we recognised. I had the overwhelming urge to pee. Oh, what a surprise. And so excused myself and squished my bod, bum bag, backpack tutu and all else into a teeny tiny Portaloo cabin nearby. It's pitch black. Now it's pitch black in there. And even though I had a 15 kilo backpack on filled with various trinkets and paraphernalia, I was very much lacking on the lighting front, which is mental considering how much stuff I'd bought with LEDs on. But always, like, I'm a great brownie, yeah. Like, I think ahead, I do plan, but things just go tits up for me all the time. I just, like, I don't know, I just, like, I broke my goggles before we even got to Burning Man, like, on the way there. I lost my water bottle. At one point, I didn't have any shoes. I'm just walking around barefoot, which is really not advisable. I am a trier. Just things don't ever seem to pan out for me. So yeah, it's pitch black, but I know the drill. Pull my swimsuit to the side. Oh, that's a bit saucy. Really hope no one's getting off on that because you're not gonna like what comes next. Lift my tutu around my ears and lean forward in a pristine squat position that Kayla Itzine herself would be proud of. And I hover with the best of them. And that's when something so insanely ridiculous happens that I could scarcely believe it myself. I mean, had I been an Olympian pea shooter in training for a lifetime, I very much doubt this type of accuracy could ever be achieved intentionally. Somehow, while squatting there in the darkness, I managed to ricochet my own urine off the toilet seat and directly into my own eyeball. Yeah, it was the most unbelievable bullseye imaginable. No pee ran down my face, not even a drop, though much of it had found its way down my leg. Yeah, not pretty. But yes, none of it on my face, just a direct drop, straight, undiluted, into my right cornea. It was seriously breathtaking, and it took me a couple of nanos to recuperate and understand what had just happened. I laughed at first, thinking, wow, only you, Jade. Like I said, always me. But then a mild panic began to set in. I was barely 24 hours into my Burning Man experience. A long week lay ahead. What if I had inadvertently given myself pink eye? And I was going to wake up the next morning with a gammy retina? Good God, no. I just couldn't take the risk. I quickly and somewhat embarrassedly told Simona and Nick of my misdemeanour. We hurriedly headed back to camp in search of eye drops. Even the most minimally medically informed layperson could tell you that weed was the most filtered, purest liquids on earth. In actual fact, I'd probably done myself a favour by pissing in my own eyeball. Probably. I mean, cleansing, isn't it? I imagine. Someone out will be charging a fortune for urine-based cleansing eye baths. Undoubtedly. Top dollar. Probably what Kylie Jenner is having right now. Anyway, as happened to me before, I once put toothpaste in my eye after I'd had laser eye surgery. I'd woken up all crusty-eyed and shuffled to my ensuite. And I thought I'd picked up the drops, but I'd picked up pearl drops, which is this triangle bowl. And I put it on both my eyelids to open up my eyes. And then the burning sensation began because my surgeon was horrified. But really what I was thinking was, what if I'm now going to get x-ray vision? What if I can now see through walls? What if this is going to give me zoom vision? I can just go zoom in on that and it goes, I mean, you got to love me for always look for the positives. But I just knew that nobody else, I mean, that's quite special. I knew that nobody else on the planet had done that. Just me. Probably someone else has peed in their eye, and I know they have because, you know what? It happened again about a year ago. It happened again. I forget where I was hovering, but I remember thinking, wow, maybe you are special. Because yeah, that is actually, it's happened since when I was in Australia. Crazy. And there's me wondering where my talents are. Staring me, not just in the face, staring me in the eye all along. I should get into water sports. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll start an OnlyFans. Oh my God, no, Jade, what? Right, get back on track. So yeah, all I wanted to do was give myself an eye bath and wash the smell of potent dried piss off the back of my legs. Seems like a good idea. So we jumped back on the steeds of steel and off we pootle. God, I love my choice of verb. Nick up the front, Sim in the middle, and me trailing disastrously behind, attempting to film my surroundings with one hand and simultaneously steer my bike through a treacherous path of people, abandoned bikes, fire-breathing art cars, and other obstacles. Wow. My gosh, Jade. Ever heard of a bloody comma? What a sentence. Really does require some quite crazy enunciation. If you're watching the video, you'll notice I'm giving it a lot of gurn, because that's the only way. Anyway, we had probably only been travelling a mere 5 minutes when my heart stopped, dead in its tracks, as I locked eyes, weed-drenched socket and all, with a handsome Afro stranger. I held extended direct eye contact with this Adonis of a man for what seemed like a lifetime, but was probably, in fact, only a second, as I wobbledly cycled past. I felt my pulse accelerate a little. Ooh la la! It's always good when you get biological feedback, I find. Daryl, I didn't get that tonight. Wow, I didn't know I was so angry about that. Do you know what though? Everything's making me angry at the minute. We're in the middle of lockdown and I've got so much disdain for humanity right now. I can't begin to tell you. Anyway, we'll save that for another day. But it's coming. Your day of reckoning is coming on the WJDN Next Podcast, humanity. I'm telling you that for nothing. Anyway, I felt my pulse accelerate a little as I pondered, turning my head back. But couldn't bring myself to, mainly as it was a major health and safety issue at the time, traversing a swathe of madly lit, in all sense of the word, partygoers. Oh my God, I'm really showing your cleave, aren't I, today? Sorry, and do you know why that is? Because I've got no bra on. Because obviously we're in lockdown and there are no longer a daily feature. I genuinely don't know what we're going to do when we have to go back to normal and wear bras. So uncomfortable. Like, I did actually wear one the other day and it was absolute agony. Like, my body's just not used to it anymore. It was unbelievable. In fact, it happened to me once before. When I moved to Marbella about 10 years ago, I went from wearing heels all the time to wearing flats all the time. Like, I was in flip-flops all the time. My feet caned. I was in so much pain wearing flip-flops because I was so used to wearing heels. And I feel that's what's happening now with the bra. Awful. I don't know what we're going to do. Anyway, I'll try and keep the cleavage to a minimum. Sorry, everyone. It's quite a saucy episode, this, after all. It's not. If you are... Oh my God, everyone. Daryl has just messaged. It's on my screen now. Hey, Jade. He's just gone again. He said, Jade, how's your day? Oh God, what's he got? I don't even know why I'm bothering to check. It was a really shit message. Hey, Jade, how's your day? Is what it said. Oh, look, here we go. Sorry, I was out for a long walk with my friend and stayed out a lot later to enjoy the sunset. But it's now 11. 2 hours late. Well, Sonny Jim, that ship has sailed. Bit late, mate. So I'm just going to blank him. I'm going to blank him. Or do I blank him? It's a bit late, innit? So, do you know what? I'm just going to carry on and leave him hanging. Why the hell not? Okay, then. Where were we? I continue to follow Simona's white, and she is always in white. It's her heavenly signature look. I don't think I've ever seen her in anything but white. And I mean, I'm talking like head to toe. It's just how she rolls. She looks fantastic. She's like a Donatella Versace mini-me. She's like impeccably dressed. I couldn't shake the intense feeling of the beautiful stranger's gaze. Wow. Powerful, huh? Powerful. What happens next? Let's find out. It obviously gets too much for me because I yell ahead to the guys to stop. They turned around. I think I'm going to stay here a bit, I said without any explanation whatsoever. What about your eye? Sim asked, and I hesitated. I'd briefly forgotten about my dilemma. I fannied for a few seconds, weighing up options. Had I imagined it? Would he still be where I saw him if I went back? What was I thinking? Reluctantly, I agreed. It's silly. And we cycled on. However, only a minute later, I came to my senses. I don't do regrets, people. I can't live with that shit. Stop, I yelled. I'm going back. I'll catch up with you at camp. Go on, girl. God, living your best life. Simona, sensing my independent streak, having earlier witnessed my 6-hour-long disappearance earlier in the day when I slipped out of camp, embarking on a yes-day adventure, completely solo, didn't argue. Okay, she said softly. Be careful. So yeah, that's it. I turn around and I go back in search of this mystery man. I mean, when I say we had the briefest of moments, it felt long, but in reality, I know it was quick. You know, I'm on a bike, for God's sake. But it was a moment and it did feel electric, and it's happened to me before, where you make eyes at a stranger across a room and no one makes the first move and you never talk. And sometimes it actually takes me a little while to get over that feeling. So a while back, I did resolve to say, do you know what? Never again. If I ever get that feeling, I'm gonna pursue it. So it's happened a few times actually, and I will write articles about them. But just to give you a little flavour, there was one guy once in King's Cross Station. He was looking at the board, and I was very hungover, and I was heading back to Cambridge, and wasn't really ready for the weekend to be over, and he was looking at the board, like checking out the times, and it's like, oh, you're very attractive. I don't want to talk to him. What should I do? And I paced up and down for a bit. And I was like, how do I do this? But I just knew I had to. If I didn't, I'd regret it. And in the end, I just went up there and I just blurted out quickly, you're waiting, I'm waiting. Why don't we wait together? Unless you don't want to, or your girlfriend's in the toilet. Yeah, anyway, we ended up missing our trains and going for a drink and chilling out in the park. Lovely sunny day. And I actually saw him a couple of times. But that kind of stopped in its tracks when his baby mama got on the blower and started threatening me. Because what he didn't tell me was that he actually had a girlfriend and she had just given birth, like literally like the previous week. And that's the one thing I would say, actually, when you are approaching men and taking initiative yourself, which I fully support, because why in the hell not, you know? Let's fucking grab life, right? But the downside is they're just not used to it. They're so blown away by a woman approaching them. They sometimes forget themselves and the fact that they are already married or in a relationship or whatever. And I've had a couple of instances like that. So that's kind of put me off a little bit. But I do still do. I did a few months back, pre-lockdown. There's a guy on the tube and he's fit. He's really fit. I was just sort of looking at him and just went, lovely. Just mouthed it out to him. And he sort of looked up and gave me a smile. And then I saw him, he got out his wallet and was like fiddling. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting a business card when he leaves. Oh my God, this is exciting. And he was probably fiddling around with it. I was like, And he got up at the next stop and just walked out. And I was just like, shame. So it doesn't always play out. But do you know what? That rejection made me laugh, quite frankly, because it was just funny. Because everyone else has seen me do it as well. But no one said anything. It was quite funny. It was fine. Cause I'd rather be that person and know than not. Because otherwise he would just be that stranger, that beautiful stranger. And I never took the chance. That's kind of why I knew I had to go back. And it's changed everything, didn't it? Well, we don't know yet. Oh God, I'm giving it away again. We can never really tell how much your life would or wouldn't have changed from these small instances, but everything is possible. And I totally believe in the butterfly effect of one little change here. It's like sliding doors, can just change everything. So I'm just open to it all, you know? So I went back. I watched them cycle off into the blur of lights and activity ahead, and I felt a wave of nervousness wash over me. What if I couldn't find him? What if he didn't reciprocate or even recognise me? And it was simply his lazy eye acting up. I could have just imagined the whole thing. Like, it was really brief. Maybe I'd made a mistake. But you know what? It was too late to catch up with him now, so I turned around and cycled back slowly to the position I believed I'd been in when I saw the mysterious Lenny Kravitz lookalike. Which is funny saying Lenny Kravitz, because that guy in Panama, I don't know if you read my recent blog, Mr. Panama, he looked like Lenny Kravitz too. So I've definitely got a type. Maybe we should start looking for a Denny Kravitz. My type is emerging. Oh my God, do you know what I'm going to do? I saw this advert on Facebook. It keeps on coming up. They must know that I'm like some desperate singleton. I don't know what the algo has me down as. But so many times I'm seeing this advert for a psychic drawing of your soulmate. I might just do that and see if it is Denny Kravitz. Oh, that'd be exciting, wouldn't it? And then I could just flip through Tinder and find it. It would be freaking easy. Anyway, I felt kind of stupid as I picked an almost random spot to park my bike and pondered. I love pondering in this episode what my next move would be. There are 96,000 people at this festival. What are the chances that I would set eyes on him again amongst a thronging hubbub in front of me? What is that? Jade, a thronging hubbub. I can't say that without a gust of saliva confetti flying out my mouth. A thronging hubbub in front of me. Well, I needn't have worried. I knelt down to lock my bike and then stood back up, slowly straightening my spine as I did, to try and draw out the pros. And I'm literally just standing up when I hear a voice. I remember this so clearly. I was like thinking as I got up, like, what do I do now? Where do I go next? Just start wandering around aimlessly, looking for someone with an afro. Which is good actually, because if you're, of all the hairstyles, afro is the easiest one to spot. In the dark as well. I think that'd be like silhouetted against like, you know, all the lights and things. So that would have been a help, but I would have struggled. But anyway, well, who knows? It doesn't matter. I heard a voice. Pretty big cliffhanger. Please humour me. I know you know who it is, but maybe it's not him. Yeah? It might not be. We don't know. Anything could happen in the crazy world of Burning Man. It could be Santa Claus. We don't know. I hate saying that because it feels like such a natural thing to say at the end of each episode. Then I feel like such a fake. I mean, I know, and you probably know if you read it. Anyway, whatever. The real cliffhanger this week, I think we all know, is will I text Daryl back? Chances are slim, to be honest. But, oh my God, there's that sexy bit of thigh again. God, just trying to steal the limelight. Yeah, will I text Daryl back? I don't know. To be honest, I was just using him really for a Friday night chat. I needed a bit of entertainment. Probably not going to happen. We'll see. He'll have to up his chat, to be frank. It's not great. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm tired. This bow is giving me like brain shrinkage. Mwah. Loving your work. Ciao for now. Bye.